of those protesters is Ross Lahive, and he joins me for a right of reply. Ross, good morning.
Hi Neil, how are you?
I'm good. You refute the name calling, do you?
Well, yeah, obviously, because this is one of the reasons we go on with a camera, because we need to defend ourselves, because we know the line that the mainstream media are going to take. They're going to say we're hurling abuse, we're aggressive, we're shouting, and we do none of the above, time and time again. And the elephant
would you describe it? Okay. Let's say you don't do that. Would you describe it as confrontational?
I wouldn't. I would. It's a public record. We're doing this for public record, and here we are on the radio, and more people are listening. And what we're doing is working. They did a hit. They tried to do a hit piece on us, RTE Primetime, and all it did was elevate our message even more.
Yeah, I saw
if you go on Twitter for Primetime, Mick Barry put out a post there on Twitter. Everyone can see through it, Neil. Everyone knows what.
But if the guards ask you to leave, and I see video footage where the guards are asking you to leave,
that's so funny. That's the other.
Then mustn't you leave?
This is the other thing, Neil, and this is a lie, and you're going to repeat it the next time over and over again. We were in a bookstore there, Dubray, opposite Eason's, and the guards came, and what do you know what they told the members of staff?
What?
We have every right to be there. And every time, and lads, go on my videos, Ross Lahive on Facebook, and you see for yourself, the Gardaí do show up, they never clear us off. So why do you keep on saying that, Neil?
No, because I saw a video of a guard in a flak jacket, yellow flak jacket, asking you to leave.
Did they usher us away or no?
No.
Yeah, and the last time I was on the phone to you as well, you said that you wouldn't sit down your 12-year-old son when he was 12 and read him out to clean out his back passage to have as many sexual partners as he wants. And you came on the next day and you said it was a good book.
I didn't say that. I said there were many aspects. I said there were many aspects of the book that were well written.
What about casting? Was that a good aspect? Is this a good aspect to eat shit? Is that a good aspect of that book?
That was disturbing, but then again, you know, that is a sexual preference for other people, not me, as to whether it's as to whether it is relevant to a very young child or not. That's the reason that we're having these conversations in the first place.
But Neil, we're going to keep on going until these books are off the shelf.
I know, but hang on a second. Did you? No, listen. Hang on, Richie.
The same lies over and over again.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not going to repeat any. I'm not going to repeat any lies. I'm just going to ask you questions.
You keep on. Every time you talk about us, we're using bad language. We're calling people paedophiles.
I never said that.
Anyone? Yes, you. I just heard it on your show. You're giving airtime to your man.
The union head at Forces said you called the staff groomers and paedophiles. I never said that.
Why is he saying that, Neil? Why is he saying that? Why wasn't I allowed to speak with him online at the same time?
Because that's what the staff are telling him.
No, the staff are not telling that. Because I asked the staff and I have it on camera.
And another thing about the media as well. I think we've been unfairly represented. We didn't call anyone paedophile. We didn't call anyone.
We haven't spoken to the media.
Right. There's been no complaints made to the Garda either, has there? In reference to library staff members? Staff members from the library, has there been any complaints to the Garda?
From library staff members?
Yeah.
No.
So why the media saying that we're harassing you?
We'd have to ask whoever wants, please.
This is why we do things by camera, Neil.
Okay.
I said, why are the media reporting that we're calling you all these things and we're being aggressive? And you know what they said to me? Go to speak to the media about that. And I'm speaking to you about this now because...
So there is no evidence whatsoever of either video or audio of a staff member being called a paedophile?
No, because we've never called anyone a paedophile.
Okay.
And Primetime did a hit piece on us, which completely backfired on them.
Okay.
And we got so much more support.
Okay.
And what about the elephant in the room here, Neil? It's not about the staff. It's not about the health and safety. The health and safety of the staff they're not threatened in any way. We're highlighting a very serious issue here.
I understand.
And this book is not appropriate for children. And it's clear as the nose on your face.
Okay.
Everybody can see it. This is why we're getting so much support on Twitter, even though Twitter is a cesspit for the lefties.
A fairly toxic place in the first place. Okay.
Yeah,
so never once was any staff member called a paedophile or a groomer.
Right, Neil. I mean, I think we've cleared that up at this stage. Not one member was called
I know that.
Not one member was shouted at.
I just want to move on to the next point. What about physically holding a phone up to somebody in the workplace and filming them?
Neil, I already covered this here. We do this for our own protection, right? Number one, because we're used to the lies from the media. We're calling people paedophiles. We're threatening people. We're intimidating. This is one of the main reasons we film. And the second one is because we can't rely on mainstream media to report on this, so we have to report on it.
Why do you keep saying that? You're on the air with me. I'm having a conversation with you. It's good airtime for you to use.
You came on the next day after speaking to me saying that you wouldn't read it to your child, and then you kind of gave it a glowing review. I mean, you're saying you're speaking out both sides of your mouth here. You're saying one thing one day, and then you're saying another thing the next day, and you're laughing at me because I'm just. You are picking. You're picking and choosing things, and all I'm trying to do is give you an opportunity. I'm speaking facts. I'm speaking facts here. You say one thing to me one day that you would not read that book to your child, and I'll ask you again: would you read that book to your child after reading it from cover to cover?
No, I wouldn't read a book.
So okay, so you can understand why.
What part of that don't you understand?
Well, I understand now clearly, and you're on record saying that now.
So what does it matter what I what does it matter what I think?
Because I'm here on your show explaining to your listeners that you're not even.
But you're not using your time wisely. If you keep on accusing the media having an agenda, and I'm giving you an opportunity to have your point of view heard, and I'm asking you, do you think it should be acceptable that you stick a phone and record somebody in their workplace? I wouldn't particularly like it.
You keep on repeating yourself. All right, I'll tell you again. All right, you're saying I'm not making good use of my time here, but you're asking me the same questions over and over again. There's two reasons we use the phone. One, to protect ourselves, all right, because we're so used to these lies and slanders. And two, to put it on a social media platform where people can see this filth that you wouldn't even reach your own child. So you agree with me on that one?
Okay, so you're saying categorically that there was never a time when anybody in there was called a paedophile or a groomer.
Hey, Neil, you keep on repeating yourself. This must have been the 6th or 7th time that you repeat this. Okay. Can we move on to the next thing here?
There is no next thing. These were the things that they were saying, and there was the points that I wanted to ask.
We're going to be there Friday.
I wanted to ask you about that. Will you be there at 12:30?
We're going to be there with bells on. We're going to have excerpts from the book, right? Going up and down the shaft of I can't say it on this, but you can read the children.
Yeah, it's a very explicit book, I know.
It's basically fine and fun. And then you have this man coming out, should God love the staff members. They're traumatized. When we are never aggressive, we're very passionate people. We're no threat. We're no physical threat on any level. The elephant in the room here is now, you always say young, the media always say young adults. The youngest adult is 18.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's a fact. They're teaching them how to get on apps, right? Step-by-step instructions for Grindr, which is for adults, right? Step-in-step instructions. Put a picture up of yourself. It'll give you a location. You can meet them, and this is how you have casual sex. This is for 12-year-olds, Neil.
That is in the book. I have read all of that. However, the staff...
As a mainstream media, this is what the main point is that you always overlook. You always overlook that point. You never shine a... Your man that came on slandering us, making up lies. Why doesn't he bring up that point? Because I guarantee when we have our little rally on Friday...
It's not about the presence of the book, really, or whether it should or shouldn't be there. It's the manner of the protests against it. They're telling the staff now to leave the counter the next time you come in.
Yeah, that sort of thing as well, Neil. We didn't even approach the staff the last time. Okay. We were in there, and look what's after generating. Every time we do something, it gets a reaction from the media, and this is perfect.
But there has been video footage of protesters like yourself approaching them.
So this is why we're doing it. So
you said you didn't approach them. You just said you didn't approach.
No, sorry. I said the last time.
The last time
we went in with a banner.
But if the staff feel that they have to move away from the counter, does that not mean because they feel intimidated?
Because they feel ashamed of themselves. Because there's no defending this book. And they should be threatened, because what they're defending here, and what the Cork City Council are defending here, is nefarious. Well, why are they having the book like that?
And the video of the staff then that have been recorded, do you share their faces then on social media?
Neil, why are you asking me silly questions?
All right. I better stop asking questions because they all seem to be silly.
Yeah, you ask questions over and over again. Why don't we talk about the content of the book? I think that would be a
What
good...
questions would you like me to ask you about, because you clearly don't like the question.
Me about the content of the book.
We went through all of the content. We've done. I'm just...
well, I'd like you to ask me why they breach in breach of their own policy, the Child First Act. They make reference to...
It's not about the book. It's not about the protest. You have a right to protest.
It's all about the book, Neil. See, that's my perspective. Your perspective is not about the book. My perspective is all about the book.
So do you share the faces of the staff on social media?
See, here you go now again. You're changing the subject. The children's health and safety are and innocence are at high risk.
I respect your views on that matter, but I'm asking.
You're more
I'm asking about people's rights in the workplace. That's all.
They're public servants in a public building. They're filming us, so if they can film us, we can film them. Okay. And we're doing this to protect ourselves, Neil.
Okay.
I mean, what's the problem here? I mean, we're highlighting an issue that the mainstream media, should be highlighting, and you're trying to make it all about the poor staff.
No, I'm just trying to follow where this story is going. Incidentally, it's not an issue with people's right to. Okay. I'm not done.
Playing innocent here now.
I'm not done. Okay. Do you expect Do you expect anything to kick off on Friday? Could this get messy?
See, this is the other thing, Neil. We're always peaceful. We're the ones that get attacked. We had a rally there last weekend, and this transgender type was out of his mind in attacking. The one person, there was a group of us, the one person he attacked was a woman, right? And we're the ones constantly getting attacked. We always turn the other cheek.
No, I don't think anybody ever accused you of laying hands upon. No, that was never the case. But you've refuted the name calling.
The way we deal with them is we're just going to turn our backs and ignore them. If and when they do show up, we're not going to engage with them because there's no point.
Okay. If you're asked to move on or to leave.
But we're never asked to move on. We're never asked to leave. Why should we be asked to move on?
Because they're talking about taking an injunction out against you.
I mean, for what? For highlighting this filth?
Well,
they should be taking this book off the shelf. This is not fit for. We should be keying in on this book here now, Neil. Yeah. We should focus on.
Fair enough. So if the book was taken off the shelves, all of this would end overnight.
Yes,
game over.
And not just this book. There's other filthy books out there. They're telling preteens how to chemically castrate yourself, give them step-by-step instructions. These are books, Neil. These are given to the preteens even, how to inject yourself, how to transition from a male to female and vice versa. They're literally teaching kids this, and it's going to be in the curriculum next year as well.
Okay.
About pornography, masturbation, and this is the World Health Organization and the WHO. They think that they believe that children are sexual beings, and they should learn how to have sex as young as kindergarten and primary school. And it sounds crazy. It sounds like a conspiracy theory, but all you have to do is go on their own websites. They have a whole step-by-step process. Teach them masturbation, teach them pornography, teach them how to have same-sex relationships.
A lot of those aspects that you talk about are not in the book itself, though. These are...
No, I'm talking about the wider issue here.
Correct, yeah.
The wider issue.
Yeah. There's a lot of pushback where you say that you were never asked by the guards to leave.
What do you mean by that, Neil? We have the video. This is exactly why. The guards come on every occasion, and they're, in fairness to them, they don't take sides, in fairness to them.
Yeah, but were you ever asked to leave, though?
See, Neil, this is it now. This is your third time asking the same question.
No, because I can't get a straight answer to it. I mean, you're honest in everything else.
Geez, Neil, I tell you again, they never asked us to leave. They never asked us to leave. I mean, I can't be clearer than that. The last time they even told the staff members we had every right to be there.
Hang on a second. What about this audio?
You flyer here. You are accusing us. Here you go. You said this was disinformation. I'm giving you the flyer. I'm giving you a flyer here. You are accusing us.
You're acting. Do not follow someone.
What?
Do not
she's calling us a liar.
Do not walk behind
promoting.
someone. Do not. I appreciate. Don't. I'm going to ask you to leave. I'm going to ask you to leave. Okay?
Under what reason? I'm allowed to not talk to someone.
You basically are following a lady with a leaflet and pushing it in her face.
Lads, she was saying we're handing out false and disinformation, right? I'm giving you the information here. The information here is basically porn is fine and fun. They want to get people to know about rimming and scatting. And she's calling us disinformation and liar in front of this in this library.
Stop pushing. Please, I'm asking you to leave. I'm asking you to leave this area. Can you please take a seat?
I'm going to go over here.
Yes, a seat.
That's a guard asking you to leave, isn't
Oh
it?
yeah, actually, Neil, I do apologise for that, but actually we didn't leave. She asked us to leave,
Okay.
but we still had every right to be there.
Okay, well, fair enough.
And
Okay,
she was very nice. She just things were. That lady, she came in and she said that we gave her disinformation. Another lie. We're handing out factual information with reference to the UN and the WHO's websites.
Wouldn't it be much better if you continued to do what you were doing, but didn't film the staff?
No, because then we wouldn't be on the radio or prime time, and you wouldn't be talking about it. And here you are again, Neil. You're diverting from. You always attack.
I'm not attacking anyone. I'm not attacking you, Ross.
Okay,
I'm
hold
just
on a
not.
second.
I'm not.
You're always kind of no. We need to speak about the contents of this book, not about putting cameras in people's faces. We need to talk about the heart of the issue. And the heart of the issue here is that to protect the children, to keep them away from this filth. This is what we should be focused on, Neil, not about if the guards ask us to leave or not, the poor staff, their mental health is
Well, the reason we're talking this morning is they're protesting outside their workplace on Friday. Do you not think that's relevant?
They were protesting because of us going in last week on Friday with the banner, and so there's a knock-on effect, and we're going to be there with bells on Friday to show, and I invite everyone to come down to see this for yourself. Don't take our word for it. We'll provide you with information. And look, Neil, we're not the bad guys here.
Okay.
We're not the bad guys. The mainstream media are doing an awful job. You're talking about the poor health and safety of the staff. What about the innocence of the children?
And you have an absolute total right to protest for what you believe to be the
Neil,
innocence of children. 100%.
Why are they? Okay, Neil, let me ask you this question. Why are they teaching kids these things?
What do you mean? I'm not quite sure who's they.
Neil, no. Hold on a second. Why are the library providing books to children to tell them to get on dating apps, to tell them how to go up and down the shaft of a
I think they should answer that question themselves. I'm not a librarian.
No, I'm asking you, Neil.
Why would I know why the library decide to stock a book like this?
I'm just asking you a question. We're having a conversation here. I'm giving you my opinion. Can you give me your opinion? Why do you think there are? No, Neil. This is a question directly to you.
It's not relevant to me as to whether the. I'm not going to engage in the criticism of books that libraries.
You're trying to squirm out of this question because you know it's a tough question, and this shows.
You're asking me to answer a question on behalf of librarians as to why this.
On your own, just your personal opinion, Neil. Your personal opinion. You won't read this to your child, but why do you think?
No, I wouldn't read that book to a child.
No, you wouldn't. So why is it okay for the library? Yeah, you did say it to me. So do you think
I've also said that I would support your right to protest against it. Absolutely.
Yeah, but Neil, now you're getting off. Okay,
no, I can't be more clear about it. I've just said, wouldn't it be better if you didn't film the stuff?
Let's get back on track here now, Neil. I'm asking you a direct question. I know you're going to fob me off. You're not going to deal with it. Why do you think it's okay for the library to have this book and teaching these things? Why is it okay to teach young children these things, Neil? And it's a direct question that I'm asking you.
Why do I think it's okay for them to stock the book?
Don't ask
I think the question should be, should parents allow their children to go in and to read the book?
You can ask your own question, but let me ask my question.
That is up to every single parent to make up their own minds.
You're like a politician. You're dodging and ducking. I'm asking a direct question. Why do you think the library has a book like that and teaching children these things about sucking cocks? Why do you think that is, Neil?
Why?
Can you tell me that?
Why do I think it is? Why do I think they have?
I'm asking you a question, Neil. Yes, please answer it.
But sure, it's an irrelevant question to me as to why they
stopped. No, it's not irrelevant. I think
I don't have responsibility for the book being on the shelf.
Are seeing you dodging this question, right? You're dodging this question. I'm asking you your personal opinion about this book.
No, what you're trying to be is antagonistic.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you, see, this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to gaslight me. You're dodging, you're slipping, I'm not going to let you get away, Neil. I'm asking you, I'll ask you again.
You're asking me to answer the question as to why the library stocked the book. Do you not realise that makes no sense?
I think all your listeners think it makes perfect sense. You won't even read it to your own child.
Yeah?
And you
So
can't
what
even
do you want me to do? What do you want me to do about the fact that the library stocked the book?
I want you, right, the next time you talk about this, to drop us our slurs, because we don't call anyone people.
I never called you anything. I never called you a name.
This is what you're parsing. This is what you're putting out there. And I'll go back to my question, because you're slipping away.
No, the topic arose because the union said
it's in the library and for children. Why do you think this book is for children in the library?
What is the age profile of the book, incidentally?
12. I think they changed it to 14 or something, because of our activism.
Did I not hear it was 16, 17?
No, you told me last time Amazon recommended.
No, but you tell me, you're the one that's protesting. In what section of the library is it in? Young adults.
The teenage. What's the young adult, Neil? How old are you when you turn into an adult?
Okay, so if it's a young adult, say, for instance, I'm trying to answer your question. If it's a young adult, let's say it's a 15-year-old or a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old.
That's a child.
But at that age, for instance, the library or those that put it there would suggest that a young adult of that age is exploring their sexuality, right? They're going through.
Oh yeah, so
they're going through hormonal.
See, here you are now, a book that you won't even read to your child.
I'm trying to answer the reasons as to why they think it might be a suitable book.
See, Neil, I'm answering all your questions, but I'll ask you this question again. Why is that book in the library?
Because people of that age, 15, 16, 17, are exploring their...
dating apps.
What?
They're teaching them how to get onto dating apps.
I think the aspect of the dating app within the book has to do with safe sex and how to navigate through dating apps safely.
You said you read it, Neil, and I told you. I pointed out to you. They give you step-by-step instructions, right?
I'm trying to answer your question. I'm trying to answer your question on behalf of those that have the book stocked, that they think that maybe it would be a good idea for children of that age, because they still are children, I get that, 15, 16 or 17. Because they're exploring their sexuality. They may not be straight. They may be gay. They may think they're gay. They may have questions that they need answering. Does that answer the question as to why they stock it?
Well, tell me, you tell me, Neil. You won't even read this book to your child. So why do you think it's appropriate for other children if you won't even read it to your own child?
You're asking me as a member of the public, as a parent, and as a staff member in the library. I can't answer any clearer than that.
You're more than capable of answering as a man, and I think everyone listening to this, when they find out the contents of the book, will be just as disgusted as myself.
Does that answer your question, though? Because I don't want to not answer. That young adults would be exploring their sexuality, and this would be a good book, they think, for them to get unanswered questions.
You got to teach them.
No. Never mind. Does that answer the question as to why they might have it?
No, it doesn't, Neil. Because there's no such thing as a young adult. The youngest adult you can get is 18.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get that. Let's clear that up. Yeah. When you're teaching 14, 15-year-olds how to get onto dangerous, there's men getting their heads cut off in this country by extremists, Muslim Islamic extremists.
I'm over time, Ross. I'm clean out of time, man.
Yeah, of course you are. They're cutting men's heads up through these grinds.
What part of overtime don't you understand? Why are you so defensive? Why do you become so aggressive? All I'm trying to have a conversation with. I'm over time. It's 4 minutes to midday.
You said it yourself. You're not.
We've spoken for 20 minutes.
You're not going to read this book to your child.
Ross,
you're bringing on people that. No, Neil. Look,
rein it in, man. We've done a lot here this morning.
Yeah, Neil. Let me finish.
Would you accept that? We've done a lot. We've covered a lot of ground, and I'm out of time.
Okay, let me finish on this note, Neil. What the media, when they report on this subject, it shouldn't be about the poor the staff members.
I got that.
Okay?
But
it needs to be about the elephant in the room.
Oh yeah.
The filthy content.
You fail to notice that you're on the air for the last 20 minutes, having your point of view listened to in a reasonable manner as possible. So please don't go on about media, will you? I'm trying to be fair. You've got to write a reply.
I think people have lost a lot of respect, and the media credibility has gone through the.
Having said that, you've been on for 20 minutes, man. There isn't much more I can do about it.
Been on 20 minutes, and lads, be there 12:30 Friday. We'll be there to hand out the real information.
All right.
And Corpio and other outlets might be there. They're going to say that we're nothing. We have nothing against the LGBT community.
Okay.
We have gay people on our side, and that's the main focus here, Neil.
I'm out of time. I'm now 3 minutes over time. Thanks, Ross. Have a good day.
Neil, I appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you.
All the best. Take care. That's Friday at 12:30. My sincerest apologies. That had a lot more time than I had expected. But that's live radio for you. So.